Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another tournament stream. I have a feeling the desktop sound is off. No idea why or how. I'm hearing it just fine, but if it is what it is, it's just not gonna bother. Anyhow, welcome to another tournament stream, and let's go straight to the game itself. Room invite should be up in not too long, and yeah, we're just going to have fun with it, I hope. Things tonight are a little intense. There's the room invite actually. We are starting it off with Raid versus Veil. And after that, we will see what we end up with. Basically, we're following the rest of the bracket. Now, I've pretty much put something in Excel. This is basically the current scoreboard. And at the end of the stream, I can just basically add the cups for the amount of places. And then we can see the definite top 16 as it is, at least for I've listed only the top 16. There's more clans, of course, but basically for the teams that are here, it's especially for the top 8 that we're watching, because you have Reti, Appa, and Rackham that are all relatively close. At the same time, Infinity War isn't that far away either, but they're not here tonight, so they're not going to get cups for tonight, so they're basically out for the count. Thing is, though, and this I found very disappointing, that I was looking at the teams, looking to see who would morally go through, but all these teams are actually abusing the seeding system, so I'm not a fan of any of them. And yes, I know Wargaming hasn't strictly forbidden it, and they've actually done absolutely nothing against it, which is still very vexing. But morally speaking, these teams are all abusing that, and for me, just no, you know? Anyhow, I'll take that off the screen so we can actually see the game. And like I said, we're just going to have fun with it and see what happens. No idea what's happening in the sound of OBS, because it's actually not registering sound from my laptop, but it is what it is, and I'm not gonna fool around with it right now, because that would only just mess things up further. So yeah, I'm hoping that you can actually hear the music. If not, then like I said, it is what it is. Meanwhile, we have a little under 3 minutes left to go before we go into the first matchup of tonight. Raid versus Veil. Not much depending on this. Neither of these clans are actually capable of reaching the top 8 anymore, so it's basically just holding their place in the top 16 for challenges. And yeah, should be interesting in any case. We have Phil already completely ready with 2 IS4s, 2 E5s, 2 T22s, and a mouse for Mayan Ruins. Mayan Ruins, of course, a map that allows super heavies to be used. You have 3 bases, base C in one corner and the other B in the middle. Usually, during tournaments, we tend to see a lot of actions around base A and B, whereas in randoms it's mostly C and B action. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do, because the thing is that with tournaments you can go every which way. You're not really dependent on what your tank would beg you to do, so to speak, because you're a team, and it means you can go anywhere. You're communicating as a team, so it all works out that way. So yeah, not much else to say at this point, to be honest. Raid is still missing a player. I hope they get someone, but we see 3 E100s, an E5, an AMAX 50B, and an IS4. I hope it's not going to end up as a 6 versus 7, because that would basically nerf Raid straight from the start, and they've not had the best of luck. At the same time, knowing that they're secure in the top 16 and that they're not going to reach top 8, I can imagine that there's not really much enthusiasm for playing tonight. So yeah, there is that, of course. 51 seconds left to go. They may still make it. We don't know. But it's not really like Raid to not have a full team here. They've basically been nerfed by the seeding system a lot. Like, they're one of the victims of the seeding abuse, getting very hard matchmaking early on the early days, so not making to the second day if sometimes. And that in this case, it is really needed. Countdown clock has begun. We are ready to move into the game. And there we go. At the last minute, we get another AMX 50B in the form of Sick. And it is 7 versus 7 in the battle that we go to. And let's see. Just making sure I've left no map on the screen. Nah, okay, well then OBS is derping. Means I can shut down iTunes. Yeah, the last second. But hey, it works. And let's go up and away. So you'll just have to do with some silences at some points and awkward music. Oh no, I'm not pro enough for that though, Blue. Blue just said that I could have played with them. That would have been in a short loss though. Especially since I'm already having issues with the stupid camera on this map because of all the buildings. A and C are being kept. Raid capping base A. C being kept by Veil. Veil having a slight point advantage, but we have Drizzle going into the middle very cheekily. And he takes a shot as he does so. But that also betrays where their accuracy is, and he's angling himself accordingly. He does get hit again though, so he has to be careful. Ironically enough, there are no Kranwagens in this battle. And Raid might not. He takes another hit. It was close though. They almost had it. And this is basically, I think, what they want. They know that Laura, or at least one of the E5s, is camping. And now Raid has base speed. That gives them an advantage. As long as they survive and hold. It did cost them some HP though, but Wunderkind has also lost quite a bit. Naro and Covardo basically facing off against each other. And that's going to make things difficult. Drizzle can't really do much, but we see that Veil is now pushing. And I don't think Sick is going to be happy with that. Blue taking some hits. Very juicy Sick. Wanted to get some shots in as well, but he has to survive. They're not alone there, but an AMX is pretty juicy. Farmino gets tracked there, but now he takes more damage. Sick, losing lots of HP. Basically, the AMXs here are letting Raid down. Not so much in the form of damage, but more in being too juicy. And thus losing a lot of HP. And there goes both of them. Drizzle not having much HP left. We have Farmilo, who is next in line, but it's actually Rudaway that basically catches a shot there. Naro losing lots of HP. Farmilo goes down, but so does Drizzle somewhere else. And even though they don't have the point advantage anymore either, they have the base advantage, but they're lacking a lot of guns right now. Veil pushing this side of the battlefield is actually cost Raid everything, for this battle at least. And I think it's mainly to do with the AMXs just being too juicy. They're keeping zero accuracy alive. Blue is angling, but he goes down. OG wants that kill. He doesn't get it. Riley Raid behind there. Basically, Raid is just having a field day here. Picking the last two apart as we go. And now only Riley is left. And he will not live for long, and there he goes. And exactly at 1k points as well, Veil gets their first victory. And that was a very brutal battle. I thought it was going to build up like slowly and patiently, and we was just like, nope, let's go. And that worked. Raid did not get the opportunity to regroup fully, and the AMXs basically were the primary target because of the tanks that they were driving. They were the most juicy, and as such, Veil abused that, got them out of the way first. So let's see. We see some things being changed, but we still see a big E100 amount of E100s, I should say, on Raid side. On the other side, Veil is changing their lineup pretty much completely. We see one IS4s, two E5s, a Vickers, a T22, an E100, and a Mouse versus a T22, an E5, three E100s, an IS4, and an AMX50B. So that's definitely an interesting lineup, and I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. 45 seconds left to go before we go into the second battle of this best of three. And then we'll see what happens. Naro possibly changing things. No, he sticks with the E100. To be fair, I'm always like happy that I'm just streaming and that I don't actually have to play, because the stress would be immense. And I can concentrate to save my life these days. Yay, health issues. So I'm actually very happy that I do not need to do that. And that I can just let the pros do the playing and I just be the one talking about it. Never sure if I'm actually qualified to do so, but hey, here we are. So let's see. Second battle, here we go. And we have Raid going towards base A again. Phil. Seriously, I hate these new commands. Going a bit more towards the middle, less A concentrated, more middle. Base C is being kept. And we have Sig all alone going towards base A. Uncontested so far. And that means B is now being taken by Drizzle again. And that can potentially go well. It can also go really, really bad. And he does take some damage. So does Familo. But Drizzle is in a bit of a pickle. He can't really angle in two directions here. So he has to be careful. And trust his team to shoot Familo, which they exactly do. So Familo is now turning away. And we have Drizzle angling more towards Cowardo. He does take another hit there though. And it's costing them a lot to try and take base B. At the same time, I get why they do it. They don't really have much of a choice. Cowardo moving in and resetting the base. Not in time, because they actually did cap it. But that now means that Drizzle is pretty much stuck. He moves forwards to get out of the line of fire as much as he can. Vermillo and Drizzle, neither of them are very healthy right now. But Ray, oof, Naro taking a big hit there. Being a bit too forward. Sig has been spotted. And we have Wonderkind behind there. They know he's there. They have to be careful. Because again, AMXs are juicy. I believe he's reverse side scraping. Yeah, he is. That is something I've never been able to learn how to do. But it is a very, very deadly weapon. When you get it to work like that. This is definitely a more patient game though. Cowardo losing a little bit more HP. And basically both teams are sort of hunkered down. There is a distinct advantage now for Raid, but at the same time Drizzle is basically in a position where he can't get out of, and that is dangerous. Raid, on the other hand, is sort of rotating around at the back. They have to be careful not to lose their tanks. And Drizzle is pretty much in this spot to be taken out first. And as Phil moves, the E5 is still unspotted right now. I think he's sensing that this is going to happen. Drizzle, taking more damage, gets taken out pretty much immediately. But we're still at 860 points, 70, 80, 90 for a raid. And it's going up fast. So they mainly just need to focus on staying alive. Riley, they're going to go after Lauro, after the two E5s in the middle. And that is a dangerous thing to do. 985. Raid almost has it. And there, with taking out Lauro, they actually take it. And they've got the second game. What a game, though. That was... no idea what my iPad was... what my mousepad was doing there. But okay. That was a lot closer than you'd expect it to be. Especially after the first game. But Ray taking this back is lovely. Because it means now we get a tiebreaker. Again, there's not much on the line for these two teams with regards to the top 16 or the top 8. Because neither of them are going to be able to get into the top 8. Unless, of course, they get first place. And that is just very unlikely. So technically, yes, it is possible. But yeah, it is tricky. 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go before we go into the tiebreaker. I'm sorry if I'm blabbing a lot, to be honest. I'm usually a fan of having some music on in the background to avoid having to make noise all the time myself. But in this case, that is not working, so you just basically stuck with me. 50 seconds left to go before we go into the game. And now we see the Kranwagens being taken out on both sides. For Dynasty Sprawl, we see 2 Kranwagens, 3 IS4s and 2 mice on raid side. Versus 1 Kranwagen, 2 E5s, 2 IS4s and 2 mice on a Veil side. So that's definitely going to make things interesting. In the meantime, there's some great talk going on in the chat. And Yusuf got the Badger, which is basically the tank that Toby has been wanting forever and ever. And just not been getting. But here we go into the tiebreaker on Dynasty Sprawl. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. You probably also can't hear the game noise, can you? Honestly, no idea why. Basically, I try not to ask too much of my laptop when I can avoid to, I should say, because it is a lovely, lovely laptop, but it is having some issues with the game that's been just been getting heavier and heavier. So let's have a look. And we still feel focused on the BC side. Raid going in the exact same direction. So that's going to make things interesting as well. Lauro moving in a pretty forwards position. Getting spotted as do the IS4s. They know pretty much where everyone is now. Or at least they know where the multitude of a raid is. And at least half of Veil. So you know what side they're going to be focusing on. Firmino losing a little bit of HP there. Naro moving in. Blue saying sorry. Naro pretty forwards here. Taking a bit of HP from Covardo. And we have basically Raid more or less pushing in. And they have to be careful because Blue is basically standing out in the open. And he is feeling that instantly from the IS4s that are just pushing in. Drizzle in the mouse will take some time to get there, and it will be up to Raid to focus fire enough to take out the players that they need to take out. In this case, Wonderkind is going to be the prime target for Raid, but Formillo has been taken out first, as has Blue before him. And this is going to be tricky. They're now leaving Wonderkind, who is taken out by Janitastic. And it's basically just like a cluster F here. Janitastic is holding back, which in this case means that his team is missing an HP pool. He is shooting Covardo. OG has been taken out. Lauro is very low HP. He does get taken out as well. Covardo and Naro are facing off against each other. Mouse versus Mouse. But it's mainly the focus on this side. Sick, not looking too healthy. Covardo has been taken out. 0 accuracy gets taken out. There goes Sick, but it is 4 versus 2. And even though one of them is a mouse and Janitastic is losing a little bit of HP, I'm fairly certain that this will be a Raid's game, and that means that Raid is through to the next round. But as I said, there's not really any real pressure on it. Tasting Killer is still very healthy, but he is the last one alive versus 3 guns. And he's going to try and use that big giant mouse body as cover, which is a clever thing to do, but mice are hard to pen. So he's basically being hugged and the rest are coming around as well. Not much he can do about this. Beside pull back, love the camo by the way. 0 accuracy, giving the GG. And in tournaments it's not really as nearly as condescending as in random battles. But that was a pretty fast game as well, pretty aggressive. And I actually thought that with those IS4 pushing blue, that this would not go well for a raid, but they brought it back. Their focus fire was on point, and I think blue was pretty much the sacrificial lamb here. So that is the first matchup up and over. Let's have a look when the next one is. I don't know yet. There we go. 32, so in about 15-ish minutes. And that means I can show you a replay or two. I got a bunch loaded, but I'm going to start off with a very, very special one. This was submitted to me yesterday. And it's not just any replay. It's a replay from our very own Squishy, and it's a very, very special game for him, and I will explain to you after the battle why exactly it is so special. But I'm pretty sure that you will understand it once I tell you, and maybe before then even. So let's see. Su-122S, not a tank I particularly love. I do have it, of course. But I'm not really into the Sus. They're not really my type of tank. Su-130 PM is pretty much the exception there. Indian Panzer moving behind the rock. Not really in any way in sight. Smasher moving to the middle towards base B. And this is basically what I dislike about TDs. I don't camp in TDs myself. I'm not a fan of it. And I never see the added value of it. No target left, no bases being kept. Now A and C are both being taken. Most of the enemy team is in the middle. One of them just moved behind the back there. Blind shot happening. And now Squishy is moving. And he has to be a little bit careful because they are. It is a Su. It's not impenetrable. And he is being very, very careful here. But at the same time, he's not yet been able to get a single shot in. There you go. That's the first one out of the equation. And that's the second one out of the equation. Pretty much both teams are losing guns here. Now we just hope the VK moves forward, which he does. That's the third one out of the equation. Damage-wise, it is still pretty low. It is 4 versus 4. VK over there. That is a good hit. Never particularly liked meeting VKs. Some low HP targets on the other side. Let's see if VK has taken out the tiger. And this is pretty much, I don't particularly like this tank. He's only got one teammate left now. And they have to be very careful. It is a TD, he has no turret. And that pretty much is a big weakness to have. Oof. The goose bouncing is not a good thing. That was a bit of luck, but hey, it worked, we'll take it. And now he's alone. Versus 3 dudes. One of them full HP. And he has to be careful not to let them get behind him. And to use his fix-it kits wherever possible. Because they are pretty low HP. This Leo is pretty much the most dangerous one in that regard. But he doesn't have that much HP or armor. Takes out the E75 TS. Has to be very careful not to let the Leo beside him. Ooh. They're both one-shots. But this has got to be nerve-wracking, honestly. He has to be careful not to let him get behind. That was more luck than anything else, I have to admit. But that is number 6. He has the bases. He can afford to play it patiently. He has to just be very, very careful. And not get stuck on trick shots, because that could cost you the game. Oh! Nice one. And exactly what he just said. This is his first ever Vezaniai. Because that is very, very, very epic. Massive kudos to you, Luke. Very well done. 3.8k damage, 1474 basic speed, first res ever. So massive kudos to you. Of course I need to show that off, because this is now, it says most destroyed in battle 7. And that is definitely something to be proud of. So very well done, hun. So that is the first replay I felt I just had to show you. Let's see, what else have we got? We still have time. No, not sure actually. We should have time for one more. I've actually got a realistic game, so let's show that then. If the game actually cooperates. Here we go. It's a press account, honestly. I would be very happy if I had this amount of gold myself, but I'm very sure that I don't. This is the realistic battle. That is the reason why you see a Sheridan missile, because that is so very realistic. But at the same time, at least, it's not in random battles anymore. So let's see. I cannot. Once you see it, there's a Mickey Mouse on the back of this tank. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I'm actually not a fan of Mickey Mouse. Let's see. Driving down the tree is never a good idea because it gives away your position, but okay. Oh my god. This, seriously, There's a reason missiles should not be in the game. And this is pretty much one of it. Lovely big hit there. And that's the end of one of the showdown missiles. There's another one over there though, plus an E50M. This is one of the reasons I hate realistic. I like being able to see. Let's see. He's losing a lot of HP here now though. Not sure where he's going. Honestly, I like the idea of just driving around like this and just not being able to see the things. You see the figures. Basically, I'm highly minimap. Whatchamacallit, dependent. That's the word I was looking for. And as such, this game mode just doesn't work for me. He's got some nice damage so far though. Three versus 3. Oof. Where did he get shot from though? Oh, there. This is pretty much what I mean. You just don't see it. I just like the minimap and all. Oof. Nice track shot, but at the same time, that was not the kind of shot that you'd like. And now he's in a Kolobanov situation. Ooh. Let's see. That is a big hit to take. Very little HP left. I'm not sure what he's hoping for. Ah, cheeky. That was very, very cheeky, I approve. Let's see. Hope the battle doesn't take too much longer. We don't have that much time. I thought to show a nice quick battle. Hey Andy. There we go. Now he just has to find the Emu. While at the same time not losing on points. Where though? Oh, there he is. Oh, that was very needed. Is he going to missile him? Ooh. There we go. Oof, that was an intense one though. I mean, especially for realistic, just wow. Fantastic battle all the same though. Well done. And let's go quickly to the room, where we are now facing Appa. This is the team that uses 3 100% accounts. So yeah. This is one of the teams that is responsible for Raid getting the matchmaking that it has. Which is why Raid is not in the top 8 right now. And of course there's more to it than that. But matchmaking is a large part of it. One minute, 10 seconds left to go before we go into the first battle of this best of 3. And we see Raid now ready in 2 T22s, 2 E5s, 2 Kranwagens and an IS-7 versus 1 mouse, 3 Kranwagens and 3 E5s for Port Bay. So let's see. It's basically just like... I'm actually very disappointed that Wargaming didn't just actually do anything about it. There was absolutely no reason for them not to. Even if you can't really have a whole new seeding system yet, which I can understand. There was just so much that they could do in order to prevent the 100% seeding abuse things. I mean, you could easily just put it into the rules and people can report it through screenshots and they can verify that. And that could have like teams disqualified, and I still don't understand why Wargaming didn't just do that. And here we go. First battle on Port Bay in this best of 3 Raid versus Appa. You're probably not hearing any game sounds either, are you? It's really just my voice. My whole desktop, well, laptop audio is just not coming through OBS. Because why ever would it work along with me? Work along? Is that a word? Nah. So you will just have to go with it for me. With me. Survive it with me. I don't know. And here we go. Both sides focusing primarily on the base C side, with the Kranwagens from Raid holding back a little bit more towards A and B. But pretty much Appa is moving as a pack, and OG is going to find that out very quickly, actually peeking out a little bit too far there. And now going away as the E5s move in. But they're gonna know that all of Appa is there. And the Kranwagens will have to move back quickly if they want this to work out well. Jennifer not taking any damage from the E5s there. Blue getting 2 E5s to contend with. Raid is in a little bit of a pickle. The Kranwagens only now just arriving to the battle scene. C being kept. Raid pretty aggressive here. Drizzle losing quite a bit of HP. The E5's weaving between Appa and Drizzle gets taken out first. Timon having flanked. Now starting to arrive at the back. They're focusing on Oziol. But basically Raid's focus, there's not really much focus fire on Raid's side right now. Blue not looking too healthy either. Jenny-tastic losing a lot of HP. Blue gets taken out. Jenny-tastic is still alive but barely. And there he goes. And that is a 3-gun disadvantage for Raid. Sig. Now gone. Ozil has been taken out as well. Jennifer is still alive, but gets taken out. But it is 3 not so healthy tanks versus 4 pretty healthy and 1 little less healthy tank. And this is definitely going to be Appa's game. Arrow gets taken out. OG being set upon by Venu and the Witcher. And pretty much obliterated. And now we only have Timon left, who is not going to be able to win this on his own. So the first game is for Appa. As soon as someone reloads. There we go. And it was a pretty aggressive game. In this case, Raid was playing fairly aggressively for a team where 2 tanks were almost on the other side. And then basically it just took them too long to regroup, whereas Appa was just moving as a pack. And I think that in this case, that won Appa the game. Just they were basically all in pretty close quarters together, getting crossfire in where possible with the E5s on the other side of the little river thing. And that just worked out for them. 1 minute, 22 seconds left to go before we go into the second match of this best of 3. The pressure's on for Raid now. Again, position-wise, there's not much depending on it for them. But match-wise, yeah, the pressure's on. Basically, they need to win 2 in a row to go through to the next round, whereas Appa just needs to win 1 more. And Raid now ready with 2 T22s, 2 E5s, 2 Kranwagens and IS-7 versus 1 mouse, 4 Kranwagens this time, and 2 E5s. Let's see. 45 seconds left to go before we go into this match. And then we'll see what happens. Basically, just like the Kranwagens and the E5s are for me the meta tanks to have this season around. It has been for a few seasons now. I very much wonder if the Yo next month, probably next month, is going to bring any difference in that. The thing is that timeline wise, there could potentially be an update this Monday or Tuesday, but I don't think Wargaming will release a new tank right before the professionals really. And also keeping in mind that open test is basically this weekend, and they've never released an update like straight after open test. Open test is there to catch the bugs after all. And also Blitz's birthday is like at the end of June 26th, and they usually the 0.0 updates come somewhere early to mid-June. Let's see. Appa again focusing on the seaside, and this time Raid is following suit. Hey Jürgen. Hey everyone, to be fair. Just keep in mind there's a 5-minute delay on the stream, so anything I say you hear like 5 minutes later. We have the 2 T22s moving into the corner. Lots of fire happening here. Jansastic getting focused on. Being a bit too forwards, just a little bit not too hill down enough. And they're trying to get OCL. Basically, Rage is dead to hold. And they have to make... Oof. They're losing quite a lot of HP to this though. Not being careful enough, and at the same time not being aggressive enough. They're lacking a gun on this side, and Drizzle feels that the first being taken out pretty instantly. Jennifer using the mouse to bully. Timon not looking too healthy. And gets taken out second. Ozil gets taken out. Venu is still alive though. And there goes Yanitastic, and there goes Venu. But still, Raid is at a gun disadvantage there. Naro is in a horrible position to be in with so many tanks there. The Witcher is moving in, takes out Sick. And with 5 versus 3, I think it is safe to say again that this is Appa's game. Raid did try, but in this case, Appa is just bullying their way through. Naro in trouble, not going to survive this one. And now it's 2 T22s versus 4 tanks. And Blue is not looking too healthy. And he's going to go straight against the mouse. Nope, not straight. But he will get shot by the Kranwagen there. And now it's just OG. He couldn't stay there, to be fair. But there's not much they can do. And now we have the mouse arriving. OG, the last one alive, losing a lot of HP very quickly. And there he gets taken out. And the second match is for Appa as well. So Appa is through to the next round. So that was a pretty aggressive battle again. In this case, I think Ray did try, but basically Appa is using the mouse to the full extent just by using him as a bully and as a piece of armor that's literally pushing against your tanks. The focus fire was not quite there, and at the same time I think if the 3 tanks in the corner had actually pushed the 2 E5s, it might have been different because their team, Raid's team days, lost quite a bit of HP to those E5s as well. So yeah, they basically did bottom damage those E5s, but basically they made the tanks juicy because they saw the backside. So that is the second matchup up and over. Let's have a look who we are up against next. Do we know? This is not the Appa that we need. This is the Appa. 8:04, so we have like 20-ish minutes for replays in between. I'll check after if there's any more things to watch. Let's have a look. I got some pretty OP games to show you today. 2 in the grill, actually. I'm actually going to show you both of those now. Or maybe one now, maybe one later. But they were like... The results, though, I'm kind of curious to see how this will go. I'm really hoping that it's not a camper game. And let's see. Is this the Troublemaker? Yeah, it is. I just like the name though of this camo. It was one of the first legendary camos that we got into the game. As in the tier 10s, the grindable tanks, I should say, not the premium tanks. I mainly got it for the name because it's just so funny. I don't think I actually have the raid camo on this tank. Not that that's a bad camo, but it's more like if you can be called Troublemaker, always be called Troublemaker. That is a nice... Oh, bless the polio. Yeah, that'll do, basically. Oof, that is a big hit. And he's using the rocks to the extent that he can. Well, they're not wrong. He's not wrong. And they don't know what they're doing either. Oh, I do feel for them. Let's see. Waffle retreating. Let's see. Good night, Mutsu. It's not like a campy game. He's not being very forward either, is he? Which doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. We'll see how it goes. I think he wants to go after the waffle, to be honest. Ooh, or a very juicy Amex. HE loaded. Not sure what that was. Oof, nice high roll. That works. He has to be careful with that E100 especially, though. Is he really? Yeah, he's really doing that. Okay. Big hit there. E100 being very focused on the bat chat, which is understandable, but at the same time allows our grill to do more. He has to be careful not to get cornered too much by the E100 though. How? Honestly, he hit it with... he caught it with his gun. Oh, I really feel sorry for this E100. Wow. What a game though, honestly. Oh my god. I mean, when you even have time to just write about stuff like that, that is saying something. You finished full health. Honestly. That is insane. What a game. And really, E5 did good too. To be fair, it is still newbie matchmaking, but still 7k. That is not easily done. Very well done. So let's see. I also told Ohan to send me this one, so I'm gonna show that next. We shall have time. Still like 13 minutes. No more than that. But 30 minutes before I need to go to the room. So let's see. I suppose one of those tanks, I know it's a very good tank statistically, I just don't like driving it. I'm more into the fast tanks right now. Less armor, more speed and mobility. Kranenwagen AFK. Never a good thing. I'm unfortunately luckily turning around to go with them. One of them seems to be AFK. So that's not good. Oh no, they're all moving. Let's see. Capping together. Kranenwagen has been spotted. Oh, there's a grill. He's not really getting any shots in yet. And they have to be careful with the grill, because he will still be somewhere. There's the Death Star. That should be some nice assisted damage. I've recently understood that there actually no damage for assisted damage for tracking tanks right now. So that's not a good thing. Oof, nice bounce. He's in a horrible position, but at least he has his teammate with him. His teammate even. Ooh. Nope. No hit from the DS. Kranwagen getting bullied here. This is basically like potatoes. It's not so much that they're that epic. Oof. Lots of bounces happening. Oof. That doing no damage. That's gotta hurt. There we go. T6 is gone. VK is also in a horrible position. He's not going to be happy with that. There we go. VK out of the way. We still have the kranwagen, the grill, and the spaghetti. Nice high roll. Aw, that's nice. See, when an enemy says it, it's a compliment. Where did that grill go, though? 3k assisted damage, wow. That's lovely. Ah, there he is. Game going a little bit stop motion there. Noise. He has the HP, he can just take it. He doesn't need to be careful. There we go. There's still one left, Owen. And there we go. Casual looking game, actually. Just the way that they were in horrible positions and it just all worked out for them. Even having a donut on their team. Very nicely done. Let's see what's happened in the rest of the games. Let's have a look. Oh, BPS is still there and BPS is still there. BPS registered with a whole lot of teams yesterday. Basically just for poops and giggles. But both their main-ish teams are still there. So that means that one of Appa has been knocked out. Rekam and Rati. I think that means... yeah, that Appa is in the top 8. And basically the positions that we have, they might change a little bit in between themselves, so to speak. But they're pretty set. Which is the one that we're still waiting for, though? Because we have 7 teams here. There should be 8. Let's have a quick look in the Blitz Assistant app. Let's look. Actually, I will start another replay. Yeah, you're right, Yusuf. Yusuf wants me to show his biggest game so he won't get scrutinized by Mutsu. Of course, I will be doing the scrutinizing for Mutsu, so... Let's have a look. Would help if the game actually started. There we go. Ooh, together with Nicodame. Oh, no, there's still one Rati left. But basically, Rackham isn't. So the top 8 as it is stays as it is. It would help if I could actually load into the game, though. Hello, game. There you go. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. But yeah, we have Appa versus EG next. Then we have A1N1 versus Loka, Serenity versus one of the BPSs, and Rati versus the other BPS. Meantime, my Discord is being very, very, very slow. Yeah, I need to be a bit more careful here. Oh god, I got asked to join voice, but I actually just remembered isn't letting me. My laptop sounds for some reason. Which also means that if I were to join voice with every, I could not hear him. Base already at 50. There's 2 tanks in there. Basically, a lot of people do not realize this, but you can see with the way that the counter goes how many tanks are in the base. Let's see. I would have loved to talk to every, to be honest. That is 1 tank. He takes a big hit there, but he kind of has to. And then it just needs to, like, not be there. Because ZV has been taken out. And they're starting to cap the base all over again. Yeah. The AMX has left it now, though. And he is chasing Yusuf. Run, Yusuf, run! Let's see. So far, it's not necessarily been a bad game. It's just not much has happened. And his team is suddenly being obliterated. Which is not a good thing. Yusuf driving around. Doing cheeky things. There you go, that was very much needed. Sheridan. Oof, nice one. Now, it's 2 versus 4 though, so that's going to be tricky. This is where I would load... Oof, he takes that hit, but this is where I would load Primo. Just to be sure that I can actually pen him. Because you cannot afford to lose more HP here. Which is exactly what he does though. Come on, Yusuf. You have to kill him. There you go. Let's see. E75 doing a good job though. Oof. We know the Tortoise is AFK. So if he manages to... May the corpse be with you? No, he's not using the corpse. They're both waiting for each other. Let's see. Come on, we don't have all day. And the sheriff is just standing there, pre-aimed, wanting to take that shot. Oof. Nice. And now we can choose to either cap it out or go for the AFK that he knows is there. Well, that's actually nice from the Vickies. That's also like against the rules and everything. So don't ever do that because that can get you banned. Activate your adrenaline, Yusuf. There you go. This is just like ranking up the damage. Nice high roll. Never exit sniper where you do that kind of thing because that can actually it throws off your aim. But very nicely done. Nearly 6k damage with a free AFK and a top gun. Lovely, lovely game. Very OP. Let's see. Next stream is up. 2 minutes left to go. Appa versus EG. Both teams pretty much there. Appa still missing one player. But they've got 1.5 minutes left to get that sorted, so I have no doubt that that will go alright. And with 1.5 minutes left to go, neither team is completely ready just yet. Let's see. Pretty sure that they will have 7 players in the end. EG just needs to ready up, but we see an STB, 2 Kranwagens, 3 A5 and a Vigus for Castilla. And on Appa's side we see a VK90, a 268, 2 Kranwagens, 2 E5s. And we just need one more tank. Let's see. "12 seconds left to go before we go into the first match of this best of 3. And it looks like Appa is seriously only bringing 6 players to this game. Because why not? It's just with stuff like this, they had 7 players not long ago. If you had actually used like reserve players rather than 100 account people, you would have actually had a reserve. It's just sad. But here we go. Appa focusing mainly on the base A side, with the Witcher heading towards base C. and EG being way more forwards, going towards base B and C and the Citadel, of course. Winch taking base B very cheekily. He might get away with it as long as he's careful. He's using the building to his advantage. And there we go. Toby has been spotted, so has Winch now. And they're pretty much waiting for him to peek out. EG is heading towards base A though. Winch taking some big damage there. And we have Macron. Seriously though, honestly. At the back there. Ronka taking a hit. So does Object 3. 268 got spotted. Winch taking more damage, has to be more careful here. Can't really move well from where he's at. Hollow Purple pinning back a little bit. Object 3 trading. And we have Macron at the back still. They want Osul out of the way. Losses AFK is losing a lot of HP though. Basically, despite having 6 players, EG is losing a lot of HP very quickly. Yennefer is the first one out for the count though. But Romka is not looking too healthy and he goes straight after. Object 3 wants to get Osul. But it's Hollow Purple that takes him out. Object 3 now needing help with Venu. And that might not actually work out for him. Venu still alive, if barely, but so is Object 3. The Witcher and Venu both get taken out. It is 5 versus 2. Manfak on the hill there. Plenty of HP on EG's side. Lots of module damage though. And Macron is still at the back. Being set upon by Toby here. And there he goes. And the first game is for Appa, because imagine taking 7 players into a battle rather than 6. But it was closer than I thought though. I think EG played more aggressively than I would have otherwise, knowing that they had a gun advantage from the beginning. And there we go, Appa managed to find a 7th player. So now we will actually get a 7 versus 7. Last AFK probably won't take the Helsing there. We see Appa now taking a Vickers, a T22, a Jaeger, 3 Death Stars and a 405. And EG is still deciding what they're going to take. One minute left before they actually go into the game. Another Death Star on Appa's lineup now. I get that at some point you don't have to take things all too seriously anymore, but honestly, when you do stuff like this, I can't even pretend to be enthusiastic, to be honest, because it's just basically a big middle finger to pretty much everyone. EG now ready with the Hori, Vickers, a Kranwagen, 2 E5s and 2 AMX 50Bs. Hori might get exchanged. And it's now a Kranwagen. Whereas Appa is going to Vickers and 5 Death Stars. "12 seconds left to go. Final countdown clock has begun. And we are ready to go into the game. And here we go. At least they have 7 players now, let's put it that way. And here we go. Appa going into camping positions. E.g. sending 2 kranwagens towards base C, but the rest of them are going towards base A. Lost AFK, starting to cap. Romka shooting air, not sure why. Jennifer has been spotted, but has also spotted Romka. The Witcher has been spotted, but so has Hollow Purple. Base A has been capped. And now this could go every which way, to be honest. Romka crossing over. OCL having been spotted. The rest of the cluster of 183 has not. Now they have. That bounced though. Romka playing it pretty aggressively here. Lost his AFK. Going after Jennifer, who seems to be AFK. Venu taking lots of damage there. As does Gladky. Romka takes a big hit in turn. Jennifer gets set on fire. And then gets taken out. We have Ulciul losing a little bit of damage there. Object 3 going for him. We don't have players. Again, if you'd actually like used normal lineups rather than abusing the seeding system, that might have been different. Appa has lost 3 guns so far. Venu and Manafak getting set upon. Emmanuel has been taken out. Object 3 there to take the hit. Takes a big hit. And this is going to be a 7-0. There we go. And Object 3 has a turret with him. Is she taking this home? Surprise. But yeah, no surprise there. Let's have a look. .36, that means we have like 23 minutes left to go before we get the next matchup. Just, ugh. Basically, when you get stuff like this, it sucks the fun right out of tournaments. Yes, I get when you know that you outclass your enemy like 10-1, and basically you're a 65% clan facing a 45% clan or whatever, and you take a bit of a funny lineup. But this basically just wanting to lose because you've reached top 8 and you don't care anymore. Abusing the seeding system, it's just it's sad. It's sad on so many levels. I expect better, and I hope for better every season. Every season, in this case, Appa just disappoints because they do this again and again. It's sad. So yeah, let's go back to watching some replays. Well, I had another one. Actually, no, I'm gonna show you the stat replay first because I also have a stat one that I want to just see because I've not watched it yet. Let's see. And here we go. If it actually loads, because that would help. It is our very own Jack in the waffle. Let's see. Wolf is one of those things that I've just never gotten along with. For some reason, it and I just don't get along. Just playstyle wise, it doesn't match me, and I think the fact that I like to play my TDs pretty forwards does not really end well with the waffle. Oof. That wouldn't have helped either. He's being very forwards though. Yeah, there's definitely someone there. Oof. That would have been even more lovely if it was HE. See, this is basically how I play my waffle too, if I play it. But then I much prefer to play other things at tier 9. Oof. Not enough patience. Borsig is moving. Jack. So for the main issue is just no patience. The shots that he's missed, he's not had to miss. Still nice shot damage wise. Standard B, pushing up after the T49. Oof. Just waiting for my laptop to reply to something. $3.3k damage so far. It's a cheeky game. Too many low HP targets that are just still alive. That is dangerous too. There we go. Oof. That's not a good thing. Now there's a turret in the way. And he is a waffle, that's the whole problem. So he doesn't have much armor. Oof, that was very needed. IS-8 has been taken out. And he's in the position that you really do not want to be in, and there's an Indian Panzer in the way, and you don't want that either. Oof. Oh, still 3 left though. Two. Emil 1 is still full health. That's not going to be easy either. And to be fair, this is going way better than I thought it would, but he still has a full HP Emil to contend with. Let's see, we know where he is. If he's still there, that is. He doesn't have that much time left, but more importantly, he can be clipped. He does have a high roll already, so he just needs to make sure that the shot counts. So where has he gone? He was there. So now he's just going to run out of time at this rate. Not much you can do about that. Oh, that missed though. Oh, poor Jack. But he needs 2 more shots like that, and the Emil can easily outgun him. That helps. Just not enough time, I'm afraid. Now you need to push forwards. And this shot needs to count. No! Oh, that is so sad. $7.4k damage. You do ace it, but it's not even enough to win. That is just heartbreak. $1,705 base XP, honestly. Let's have a look. How long did we have left? Ooh, EG versus Loka. 13 minutes. That is at the very least time for another replay. Oh, let's go with this one. No, actually, no. This one. Let's see, another encounter one. This is another reason, to be fair, that I prefer Supremacy. I can just do more. Let's see. Kill Leo and Bachat. Yeah, that's kind of the point, to kill everyone, to be fair. Oof, that Leo is not going to live for long. Yeah, there you go. He got absolutely obliterated. And Death starred. Ooh, that's a bit too far backwards. To be fair, the position that you went into, yeah, was not really a good one. Wow, honestly, Sarai. It's not his fault you made an error. relocated. Nice. Ooh, nice one. This is the downside of the Kranwagen. It's a great tank, but not a lot of DPM. And now they've lost 3 teammates already. They know that there's a Death Star somewhere. He's being very aggressive knowing that there's a Death Star somewhere. I mean, I understand it, because you can take out the IS-4, but still, oof. Good job. Basically, you always have to be careful with knocking down the trees, because that can seriously cost you a lot of HP, because people watching for it will know exactly. There you go. People watching for it will know where you are then. And a good TD will be pre-aimed. There we go. 4 people left. And they have to be careful. The S4 still got a decent amount of HP left. Yeah, you know the Death Star is behind us somewhere. He says you don't want to do that. So go for the tank that you can actually shoot. Oof. There we go. No, don't fall down. Better to keep the hill. Oof, that's not a good thing. He said don't poke and he poked. That's not a good thing either. That was a good roll. So we have a Leo and a Death Star. Leo can run around. Death Star, you know where he is. Yeah, that makes sense. He's not an idiot. Of course the 103 is coming. Yeah, there he is. Oof. Yeah, but he's not going to survive this, unfortunately. Aw, that was close though. Well played by the 103 and the Leo, but oof, painful. If only the IS-4 hadn't peeked knowing that the Death Star was there. Let's see, who else do we have left tonight? Oh, BPS, Serenity, EG, and Loka. That means that BPS lost to Serenity. So, room will be up in a few minutes. Let's see. This is basically, I feel like deflated right now with the whole poop show just now. It's just sad. There's no reason for it. If you don't want to take it seriously, why play? But yeah. There's the tournament room. Let's focus on better times and more fun matches. Top 8 is pretty much set, as I said. So that's not going to change. It will just be about the exact positions now. Just going to have a quick poke at the thingies. I can't brain, honestly. The whatchamacallit, the standings, that's the word I was looking for. I'm serious, I have brain issues right now. I have serious issues just trying to think, and it's not nice. A1 and 1 is also part of the 5 to 8 position. So we had Raid. Let's joining that bot. Feels even. I'm not sure what they end up with cups wise. Don't think the game actually says that. But in any case, like I said, it's about the top 8, and the rest is just not. It's not going to change. Yeah, top 8 standings. I mean, at most, the order for the top 4 clans that we have left are the actual top 4 for the top 8 as well. So it's basically just the order that might change. But it's not going to make any difference in the actual standing for the clans themselves. And with 2.5 minutes left to go, we have Loka ready with a vigorous 3 e5s, 4 e5s even, and 2 Kranwagens for Rockfield. And we see EG readying up with 1 IS4, 3 e5s, 2 Kranwagens, and a vigorous. So pretty much now everyone is ready except for the game itself. We still have just over 2 minutes left to go for that. And then we will see what happens. I do like this matchup though, and hopefully we'll get another Serenity versus EG for the finals, because that's basically the top 2 for the reason. Personally, I love BPS, all of BPS, so I'd like to see them do well as well. But Serenity is very steady in the way that they game, and that makes them a joy to watch, but makes them also a very worthy adversary. So always something to take very, very seriously. But first we have to see what this matchup brings us with EG versus Loka. 1 minute and 16 seconds left. Not much else to say at this point. I'm getting tag places. One of our clan mates actually went to another clan to help them with tournaments, to just have fun with everything. And he's just gotten back, and I just got a message from another clanmate that the clan win rate just shot up, and that's because he's totally OP. But it's good to have him back. Let's see, 25 seconds left, and then we finally see a match again. Sorry for being a bit weird today, it's just like meh, you know? Kind of feels like meh. And here we go, countdown clock has begun and we are ready to go into the game. Also kind of missing my music, as it just makes that a little bit more background noise, which is very helpful when you're having trouble thinking about words and everything. Let's see. Brookfield is always an interesting map, as you also saw in the gameplay that Jack had in the Waffle. It's a very peculiar map, and I do quite like it. I think that for big clan wars like this, it is a little bit small-ish. It feels small. So we see that EG is focusing primarily on the base. See, I'm getting stuck against places. There's a mountain here, which apparently I can get stuck on. EG focusing on base C with a little bit towards base A, whereas Loka is focusing a lot more on base A, with the E5s lying in wait at the back there. Fogtastic losing a little bit of HP. Winch wanting to get some shots in. The E5s have been spotted. Fantastic losing a little bit of HP there. Winch deciding to not want to be there. Base A and C have both been kept. Fantastic losing a lot of HP from the crossover fire there. And we have 3 E5s pushing hard now towards Hollow Purple. So Purple has to be careful here. He is getting set upon. And that basically means that EG has to focus. They are responding immediately, going after the 2 Kranwagens here in the middle. They will lose HP doing so, but at the same time, if they can take out 2 guns for the 1 gun on the other side, that might be worth it. Winch running off. Yusuf and Josh still alive, if barely. And Hollow Purple is still holding on. Kudos to him. He's actually pulled back. No, it's actually not him, sorry. He's still alive. Finally he gets taken out. But it's cost him a lot of HP to do that. Object 3 now, dealing with Yasio-tastic. My camera is going rogue on me. Yasio in the middle there. Gets more hits into him. And then gets taken out. And that's 2 gun advantage for EG. We now have Fantastic that's getting set up on Romka. That keeps getting tracked. But is still alive. Fantastic gets taken out. Phoenix being set upon. I'm sorry for the camera stuff. For some reason my camera is really derping on me. I'm just hoping that the guys don't have ping, because usually when I have issues these days they do too. Last AFK still alive, if not for long. HP wise, Loka actually has the advantage. Gun wise, not so much. Ute losing HP. Romka not looking too healthy either. And we have Toby now reloading. Radikos having reloaded. Romka has been taken out. Object 3 deciding not to cap base B after all. It is 4 versus 4. And Winch is not going to be long for this world. And gets taken out by Fogtastic. So does Ute, so we return to a 3 versus 3. With 2 Kranwagens. And an E5 versus a Vicus. Seriously, this camera stuff is really annoying me. That was a nice bounce by Toby. But they have to be careful though. They don't have too much HP to play with. Now we have Radicals moving in. They're going after Anya. And they get him. And then they're going after Phoenix. Foxtastic. He's arriving. He will want Toby. He does get him. 855 points. He's now going to run in circles. They will have to take base A. And they know it. So that even if Foxtastic takes base C, which is where he's heading to, it won't do him any good to get the base. Because they will still win on points. Because all they have to do now is survive. Radicals crossing over. He can outrun them easy. He can outspot them as well. They don't know where he's at. Radicals is ready though. Taking a position where he can see him if he crosses by somehow. 985 points. He has no reason but to go for base A. No choice, but even that he won't make. And he was relatively close, but just patiently played by EG. And still some damage has been done, but Foxtastic stays alive. Difference in damage is that Loka did only slightly less damage than EG. And I think in like random battles, I would have given it to Foxtastic, but in a tournament battle where it's team play and everyone's on voice together, any color ban off situation would be very, very difficult. So that is the first match up and over. My laptop having serious issues right now. And here we go. Loka now ready in a Vickers. 3 E5s and 3 Kranwagens. Versus 3 Kranwagens, 3 E5s and a Vickers. This is similar lineups. 52 seconds left before we go into the second match on Rockfield. And then we'll see what's going to happen. Right now, I'm just... It is stupid, but I'm just like I said, I kind of feel deflated. And these matches are fun. And they're a lot more honest. Just kind of need to find my mojo back, so to speak. Let's see. Here we go. Countdown clock has begun. And we are ready to go into the game. Let's go. You probably can't even hear the loading music. At least I've got that kind of noise. Here we go. My camera's still being derpy. But we have EG now primarily moving towards base C. Loka all moving towards base A. My camera moving all on its own. Winch getting spotted early. Spotting the Phoenix and Foxtastic. And base A is being kept. And Winch has to be careful. He can't reset the base there. Base C is being... Ooh, base can reset from the other side though. And losing more HP for that. Winch basically found the rest of the enemy team. He needs to really not be there. Foxtastic losing more HP You have Toby losing a little bit more HP. My camera going rogue again. I'm just going to work with zoom. There's crossfire happening from the base C side. EG digging in to shoot the Kranwagens. Anya taking some hits. EG primarily taking positions around base C here to get some shots in. And so far EG has a point advantage and an HP advantage of about 3k. Kranwagens are dug in. Toby losing a bit more HP. Needs to be a bit more careful there. Fantastic. Picking up over the edge but getting away with it. The Phoenix also getting some shots in but no real damage being done. Last AFK. Now taking a hit. Moving forwards a little bit. So that's fantastic. Pretty much HP is being eaten away bit by bit. And we have last AFK. Holding. Winch taking a hit now. Phoenix over there. Oof. Taking more from last. And basically EG does not need to push. They don't need to take risks. But they are doing just that. Focusing Yusuf and Josh. Tracking him. And now we have Hollow Purple being set upon. And my camera derping again. Ute. Lots of module damage. Ammo rack damage. Gunner damage I should say I think. Ute is still alive if barely. Hollow Purple gets taken out. Yusuf has been taken out. Ute gets taken out as well. Anya not looking too healthy either. But Toby manages to pull away into safety. Yazio-tastic. Getting set upon. Saving his shots though. But we have a Toby behind him. And he gets taken out as well. Toby then gets taken out by Anya. Anya gets set upon by Radikos. Lost the AFK, not looking too healthy. Now we have Romka arriving. That shot missing by a mile. And it is 5 versus 2. My camera is trying to make me visit the rocks. Fogtastic versus Winch over there. And they... Ah! Seriously? See, I'm not doing this, honestly. Fox, last one alive. And there he goes. Winch takes him out. And the second game is for EG. I hate it when my laptop is having an episode like that. This one was more decisive. Basically, EG just digging in. I actually thought Toby was a bit not careful enough, so to speak. But it all worked out very well. The crossfire from EG was really good in this game. Just from halfway across the map. And Loka basically driving or peeking in spaces where EG could get shots in. And then they just started whittling down the tanks one by one. And let's see, when is the next one? I think it's 08. Yeah, it is. So we have about 20 minutes. So around 15 minutes worth of replays. Let's see, what else have I got for you? I got another grill game from Casper. So I'm going to show you that one first, and then we'll see how much time we have left. And here we go. Ooh, that's gonna be lovely. Having only 2 tier 10s. The rest all tier 9. Let's see. And here we go. Wow, don't do that. why? It's kind of seizure-inducing, to be honest. He's found a nice rock. So he has to be careful not to get spotted. And now he's moving forwards. I prefer that. Like I said, I play my TD pretty forwards. And to be fair, there's a big difference between someone going YOLO. Ooh, not enough gun depression. That would have been a lovely shot, though. That did hit something. There's a big difference between going... Oof. Yeah, he did hit him. Between going YOLO and between camping. I prefer to play my TDs as sort of like second liners. Oof, that missed. Let's see. Scotty 50 gets wrecked. The M103 is not going to be long for this world either. So he kind of has to be careful not to lose too much HP here. That will do. E75 coming for him. So he has to be careful. Oof. Just not enough time taken for that shot. Let's see. So the Ice 8 kind of has to be taken out. Which is what the T-54 is attempting to do as well. There you go. Oh, there's a T-54. Oof. That was an expensive shot to take. But still more damage done than received at least. So to be fair, like I said, this is newbie MM. So you do still get some bots in the game and everything. Do you think that this will actually help people? Because yeah, I get that when matches are easier, people tend to stay in the game more. But at the same time, I think in this case, if you expect the games to be like this, where you can pretty easily get these kind of damage games in, I mean this is a reroll, but still. What I mean is that when it's just like, when you can take these kind of games and you get this kind of damage done, and how easy that is. Well, it's just not easy, but you know what I mean. I don't think new BMM actually helps people, because once you hit that 5k board of games, suddenly the game will be so much harder for you, because you will literally not be used to actually having hard games. And the Emil 2 really wants him. He's still looking at him. There we go. There we go. Now there's only a Kranwagen left. But yeah, I understand why Wargaming does it, because if people win more, then they will like the game more. Overall, the average win rate in the game is still below 50% though, so pretty much most people are used to losing more games than that they win. And that's something I will never understand. Come on, let him have the kill. There we go. 7.4k damage. Insane. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a fantastic game. It's a pleasure to see someone drive the grill more forwards. And he's been around since forever, so I'm pretty sure that on main accounts and everything he would do just fine as well. But I think, like I said, though I understand why Wargaming introduced it, I think that also means that after 5k battles, a lot of people will feel like they've just been instantly nerfed. And like they've just like the matchmaking is rigged. And I understand people saying that then. So yeah. Let's see, what else have I got? I don't think I've shown you this one yet. Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This was with me. Oh god. I've been having serious concentration issues, so I'm always happy to have a reasonably good battle myself these days. But even if I were to do like 0 and my teammate got an ace, I would still want to show it off. Let's see. I do like this camo though, it is so pretty. It would have been nice, like, you know, on the 113, the skill-ish thing is kind of look bronze gleaming. That would have looked even better on this one, because they're practically their fish skills. But still, I love the camo. I really love the tank. It's really my cup of tea. So let's see. It's we're being quite forwards here. I decide to go elsewhere. Not sure where I want to go. So I'm being quite hesitant in this game. I'm making very stupid moves and everything. Ooh, nice cheeky shot. He's activated his sandbags. But he decides not to cap after all. Toby in the meantime lighting up pretty much everyone. That shot went into the building. Oof. Always nice when they shoot HE but don't actually do the damage they want with it. And shooting HE again. This is a good potato, shooting only HE. But this is the kind of stuff I do wonder about, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of stuff that in newbie matchmaking you will be able to get away with. Aww. Oof, nice one. That was like hardly even aimed and on the move and everything. Nice spaghetti over there. 3 enemies left. I'm still alive at this point. Not sure if I die actually this battle. $3.4k damage. In this case, the I-7 is pretty much trying to chase me. I'm actually pretty healthy. I think I'm actually going to survive this one. This was also where this was my most definite proof that tracking a tank no longer gives you assisted damage right now. And that's been around since 7.8. And I've not yet had a reply from Wargaming as to why that is and why it's not fixed. And I'm personally kind of wondering if that might have to do with the whole tracking but being able to move backwards again thing that's coming in 8.0 for the Yo line tier 9 and tier 10. But that wouldn't make much sense either, to be fair. But yeah, I've had no reply from Wargaming about that yet, so I need to poke them about it again. Lovely little game. We have 8 minutes left, so 5 minutes left before basically before we have an invite. I'm going to re-show you a game, and I'm going to show you in a tank that I really, really like. The Pantera. Not even a legendary camo. Come on, Kasu. No, I do love the legendary camo on this tank. I love this tank so much that I even enriched it. Only to later find out that the permanent enrichment wasn't on sale, so it was actually a waste of my gold, but hey. Let's see, at least he has a little pumpkin. I pretty much always use the bats. If a tank can have the bats, I will use the bats. And it always makes me laugh. Let's see. Of course, Kasu always plays encounter. Nice little shots there. Just has to be careful. But he's got some nice spotted damage, hopefully. I'm not sure. Type 62 can be shot in the face. And now he can basically clip out the Type 62. Now definitely. That's the first one gone. Not sure what happened with that AMX, but hey. The rest of the enemy team is all the way on the other side of the map, so you can just wait to reload and then go after the T69. There we go. And another one. There we go. Now I have the AMX. That'll do. Cheeky. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the auto reloaders. They're basically my favorite mechanic in the whole game. And whenever I can, I tend to drive them. So mainly the tanks that I drive these days is the Spaghetti 46, the Pantera, the Spaghetti 65 and the Standard B. Sometimes also the Kranwagen. But I prefer my tanks to be mediums right now. Because they're just more fun to drive. They are more versatile, so they can actually do more. And there goes the Sue. Target is fired. And now he's looking the other way, which is a good thing for Kasu, for free damage. To be fair, having seen the newbie matchmaking and everything, kind of makes me want to reroll. At the same time, I just don't want to have to grind everything again. It's just exhausting. That was pretty noob, the HE shell. But still. Kasu OP. Like, can you imagine if this IS-3 managed to pull this off? That would be pretty amazing, not gonna lie. Oof, that helps. Lovely. Nearly 5k damage in tier 8, that is insane. Lovely game though. Let's see. Room is up. BPS versus Phil. Okay, I'm in third place match. I don't mind. I might not have read that right. Let me have a check on Discord. Let's see. I think I got the third place match. No, wait, it's EG. I got the finals. No, never mind. Third place match, of course, would have already begun a while ago. I'm brain derping again. My apologies. So we have BPS versus EG. Serenity going for the third place match against Loka. That is basically what we're up against. So we have EG versus BPS now. Which again is just lovely. Less than 3 minutes left to go before we go into the match though. E.g. Coming in with the Spaghetti 46 and the Cromwell. Pretty sure that they will not be driving that. 3 of us are here, and we have every streaming the third place match if you want to watch that. 2.5 minutes left to go before we go into the game. Cassie just said that it's free to play and he can't afford legendary camos. I get it, it's just like, I'm a proper gold noob, so I will just always do that. Ah, Lena, I'm sure you will. Ace is always a bit of a combination of a bit of luck, a bit of RNG, and a bit of skill. And basically a lot of the right kind of potatoes on your team and the enemy team. So now we have BPS ready with a 215B, a T22, 2 E5s, and a 4 Kranwagen and a Vigus, versus 3 Kranwagens, 3 E5s and a Vigus. So a little bit of out of the box thinking from BPS's side versus pretty normal meta on EG's side. For Rockfield again, seeing a lot of that today. So yeah, 1 minute 11 seconds left to go before we go into the finals for today. I wish I could brain properly. I will be streaming a lot more next week, by the way, because I will be streaming all 3 servers and I will be streaming them every single day. So that should be fun. Except on Thursday I will be missing at least 1 match from Asia. And that has to do with my having therapy in the afternoon. And technically speaking, I could say nah, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm really needed. It's physical therapy to help with some of my health issues, so I don't want to skip that. So yeah, other than that, I will be streaming NA, Asia and EU all days. 15 seconds left to go before we finally go into the match. Countdown clock has begun. Nothing is blocking your screen. And here we go. And so I can't say that this is BPS's second team because it doesn't work like that. Basically they have just multiple teams. And this is their other team, let's put it that way. Let's go. Let's hope my camera behaves this time, that would be nice. BPS standing quite aggressively towards the middle. 2 and 5B already getting spotted. That is interesting. EG getting spotted as well. Winch getting away with spotting that aggressively though, as does Kuma. Last going to cap base C. He's not alone though, so they can't really push him. And that means that EG will have a point and base advantage because right now F, gets reset instantly. And now base B is being taken by Playmaker, so they have to be careful with that. F not being able to cap it, but Playmaker may be able to get base B, and that will at least mean that they won't be too far behind on points. Playmaker now in a tricky position though. He can't really get out of there without losing HP, but he has some support. Kuma still spotting. Hollow Purple moving in the back. Potentially going to cap. With the Kranwagen, he does get a little bit HP damage there. But Kuma gets a lot more. So Kuma has to be careful. Takes another shot there. And now really needs to not be there. So he's getting out, and that means that, oof. Purple leaves the base. As BPS basically regroups for a push. But EG is digging down, and we have EG on the other side ready to deliver crossfire. As we can see by the damage being done. Winch now cheekily getting base B, whereas Venusaur gets reset upon attempting to get base B. Last arrives in the middle. EG now having 2 bases, has the HP advantage, and has a point and base advantage. Playmaker now moving in together with Holo Purple. And Playmaker, manages to survive if barely. EG getting that crossfire in from the other side, from the middle. The heavies are now moving in. Playmaker still alive. That shot somehow missing. Kuma still alive. Toby is pulling back. Playmaker is almost gone. And he gets taken out before. Holo Purple gets taken out before they can get Playmaker. Toby gets taken out by F as he drops down. Venusaur is gone. Lots of low HP targets on BPS's side, but they're still alive, most of them. Only now starting to get taken out. Ghosty not looking too healthy, but we're 925 points for EG. Playmaker has been taken out. Carolade gets taken out. 4 versus 4, but HP wise, it is pretty much up and over because now EG has 1k points and the first match is for EG. Oh, Wayne, I'm the same. Wayne just said, I'm always by the legendary camos. They're a must-have for your tank if it has one. I'm the same. I have basically camos free on every tank. And I still can't help myself. I want the legendary camos. I don't get all the attachment, to be fair. But basically, I like most of the legendary ones are just lovely. Especially also the fact that they give your tank a different name. Now for the second match on Rockfield, we see BPS taking a 268 Vickers, 2 E5s, 2 Kranwagens and an IS-4. And on the other side we see 3 Kranwagens, 3 E5s and a Vickers if last AFK is actually running up in that. 1 minute left to go before we go into this match. And then we'll see what happens. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I really need to just fix the audio from my laptop, because this is very annoying. Not having the music has also meant that I could not meet up with every good name is taken before the semi-finals, which you actually plan to do, because that was just lovely, because it's always nice to just talk with one of the fellow streamers and see how they received the matches and everything. And last time I just commentated the rest of the evening together with Fujit, so we might have done the same with every. Except that there's no audio from my laptop tonight for some bloody reason. But yeah, it is what it is. And now the countdown clock has begun. And with 3 seconds left to go, we are ready to go in potentially the final match, unless BPS brings it back. Because it is still only a best of 3. Let's see. Let's see how this will go. BPS moving towards the base A side. EG moving towards pretty much the same, splitting up as per usual. Winch Getting first shot in. And then turning around. Base C is being kept. Edgar takes another hit before Winch decides to not be there, but he takes a hit on his way out. Kuma protecting base B. And base C will be kept a little bit earlier than base C will. Sorry, base C will be kept a little bit earlier than base A will. And it means that there's a slight point advantage for endgame. But Radicals did take some damage there. Kuma gets a hit. Last AFK is right there to reset Kuma. And this is going to be basically just trading. And Kuma is in a very tricky position. He can't do all that much there. But last AFK is getting hit hard here. Kuma gets another hit in himself though. But as Lars pulls back, he's lost a lot of HP there. And now we have Winch arriving. Getting hit into Kuma. Winch now taking a hit as well. Evil Fantasy arriving. Missing though. And now base B is being kept again. Hollow Purple losing HP. BPS is slowly but steadily pushing. Dangerous move though. Ghosty losing HP. They're also not really focus firing here. Going after multiple targets. And now we have Toby. He's being set upon by multiple tanks. Lots of low HP targets. Last AFK has been taken out. But overall, there's a lot of low HP targets on both sides really. But right now, EG is digging in. F has been taken out. Hollow Purple has been taken out. It is 5 versus 4 in BPS's favor. Evil Fantasy takes a big hit there. Right now BPS has 2 bases. But again, lots of low HP targets. And Winch is running around, potentially going towards base A, which would make sense. Edgar. Oof, Winch gets taken out. That was a very cheeky shot then though. Because now the advantage is with BPS, as long as BPS survives. And that's going to be tricky because we have the Radicals here. For some reason not managing to get that shot in. 910 points. He's not going to survive that. 910 points again. 955 with Carolade being taken out. 975. And there we go. BP has the second match. So now we go for a tiebreaker. What a game though. I think Winch getting killed like that is actually what cost them the game. Because had he just gone around to go after base A, he could have turned the game around. But lovely game. So let's see. 1 minute, 18 seconds left to go. BPS now ready in 5 E5s and 2 T22s. 4 Desert Sense. And on the other side we see something very similar happening. We see 4 E5s and 2 T22s and Hollow Purple taking a crown back, and that's the only difference. And that's going to be, lineup wise, this is a pretty close call. It all depends on the focus fire then, depending of course where they are, but I would kind of expect a brawl to happen in the desert. Yeah, Layla, for some reason my OBS is not picking up any sound from my laptop itself. No idea why. And not going to mess around with it during the stream. I didn't find out before the stream, so yeah. I will look into it afterwards. It's done this before and then it magically fixed itself the next time, so I have no idea. 13 seconds left to go before we go into the final game of this evening. And we have EG versus BPS. And here we go. See, I mean, I can hear my sounds just fine, so it's not like my laptop has issues. It's OBS that has issues picking it up somehow, I don't know. Is it me, or does yogurt supposed to have an H in there? I mean, it does here. EG moving into the desert. BPS moving into the desert. T-22s moving into the middle. Spotting each other. Lines of fire happening. No damage being done just yet. Only one of the E5s. There you go. More of them are getting spotted now. Base A pretty much not well, base A itself, basically all of the positions contested. Holo purple going into the middle. The E5's at the back there. Last AFK getting the blip out of there. Winch in a bit of a tricky position. Taking a safer position as well. EG's E5's getting spotted. And now we have a bit of a stalemate happening. Kuma taking the first hit there. And another one. And now EG, Carolade moving a little bit ghosty, taking lots of hits there. EG is moving in, going after the E5s. And they're basically waiting, despite being aggressive, they're waiting for BPS to push over to give them the advantage. They're not focus firing much though. Edgar is almost gone. Ghosty is almost gone, but Carolade is the first one out. And there goes Edgar. Oof, Winch gets absolutely obliterated here. And he gets actually taken out before Ghosty can get taken out. He's still alive. Kuma has been taken out. Yogurt, not looking too good. DF. There he goes. It is 5 versus 4. Ghosty has finally been taken out, surviving a lot longer than I thought he would. Playmaker now being set upon. Hit so many times by so many people. And now Lost AFK gets taken out. Venusaur gets set up on here. Holo Purple not looking too good on the other side, but there's way more guns over here to deal with Venusaur. Holo Purple does get taken out. But there goes Venusaur, and now we only have Evil Fantasy left. And versus 3 tanks, none of which are one-shots. That's not going to end well for him. And there he goes, and the game is for EG. Quick, aggressive game. I actually just loved the way that EG was just like, yeah, we're going to push, but we're not actually going to push. We're going to make them push against us. And that basically meant that that BPS had to leave their safe position and go over that ridge, and that just allowed EG to do massive damage to them. Lovely bait tactic that was. All in all though, lovely games. Kudos to all of these. And let's actually have a quick look how the third place match ended. Serenity versus Loka. Loka won that 2-0. So that means that EG is... I'm actually going to show you that. OBS. Show me XL. So with EG, that came first. Then we have BPS, that came second. Loka, third. And Serenity, fourth. Yeah, the only thing that's changed is that now BPS is third rank in the top 8 rather than second. For the rest, it's nothing has changed. So basically, that is it. This is the top 8 that we have. The only thing that is changing, like I said, is that it's like 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because the rest just hasn't changed. So this is the only one that I just basically switched, flipped around. But yeah, this is the top 8 that we have. And I'm quite looking forward to it, really. So that is it for me tonight. Massive kudos to everyone for reaching the top 8 and everything. We'll be back to stream the whole professionals, like I said, for Asia, EU and NA. And if I recall correctly, that all starts on Wednesday. So we have a bit of a break right now, and I intend to make the fullest of that. So I wish you all a very good night. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will sort out the audio issue before the professionals begin, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.